What's going on, everybody? I will admit, and I'll be the first to admit it, and I'll be the only one to admit it, so I don't want to see any comments about it. I took this idea, less than shamelessly, from XP to level 3. However, I expanded on it a bit because my creative interests differ a little bit from Jacob's, bless his heart, and if you aren't subscribed to XP to level 3 and you're on this channel, you don't exist. He's infinitely bigger than me in the D&D sphere, and subscribe to me. But yeah, I saw him, he every now and then makes these videos where he talks about the lowest rated stuff on D&D Beyond, and I thought, hey, that's actually really interesting. However, while he adds his own thoughts about it and how he thinks that there's definitely some interesting ideas in there, he doesn't necessarily go out beyond that idea. And I like the idea of turning something that, could be better, because these all can be better, and taking those lowest rated subclasses, like, let's cut to the chase on me going through the subclasses. I've got a few of my own that I haven't talked about here. I've tried. I haven't made actual videos for them, and maybe this will kick me in the pants and get me to start putting some of those together. But I went here into the lowest rated subclasses, and I saw a couple that Jacob went through, but I've already gone and made one together, and spoiler warning. It is the lowest rated subclass, the Abajirai Samurai, which, funnily enough, doesn't have anything to do, but it just doesn't mention what the Abajirai are in this little snippet that we've got here. But it had potential, and it's a rogue subclass, and I like the idea of, this kind of subclass that wants to be focused on, like, stealth samurai kind of thing. Like, these are samurai who follow codes of stealth, the Samkurat, which, again, Abajirai Samkurat. I googled Abajirai. Google gave me nothing. They said, did you mean we don't know what you meant? You gotta go somewhere else, buddy. Try Bing. You're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong time, buddy. Go try this shit somewhere else. So, what do I do but look at this and see a wealth of potential? The Samkurat, followers of the Samkurat, samurai, follow a code of stealth. And what does that mean? Samurai, they are a people of honor. They uphold loyalty to their feudal lords. They are vassals. These Samkurat, though, these samurai, isolate their home. They have this place called Moijo Toji, and this is like this massive estate that they have squirreled themselves away to on an island. And I think that's interesting. My first thing when I look at that is, how do I make that happen? How does that come to pass? Why do these samurai forego Bushido, forego their honor, and take up these underhanded methods of combat? How do these fighters become rogues? And the answer may surprise you. It's gunpowder. Or rather, in this case, technology and magic. And we're going to get into that later. But looking at all of this is insane. Death attack, double your sneak attack at 3rd, 6th, 9th, 12th, 15th, 18th, and 20th level. What does that mean, dog? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? Movajos? What do you mean? Double your sneak attack? Do you mean double the dice? Do you mean double the damage that you roll? Do you mean you get double sneak attacks? You get a 3rd, and then a 5th, and then a 6th, and a 7th, and an 8th, and a 9th, and a 10 sneak attacks? Dog, you don't even get 10 attacks. That makes no sense. And then samurai increase, and none of these are leveled. If you notice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 features here when rogues only get 4. 5 if you're lucky, 6 if you're the Inquisitor. And, like, unless you're getting death attack, samurai increase, and extra damage all at level 3, which you shouldn't be. You just shouldn't be. 3d6 of whatever damage you choose. So, unfortunately, when I was remaking this class with my beloved girlfriend Erin and my beloved male life partner, who I will not be using the full government name of, they were originally supposed to be here helping me with this, and they did. They were over here brainstorming with me one night, and I kind of just didn't have the chance to finish this with them, so you just got me. I'm sorry. So I looked over all of this, and none of it fits this bill that they're going for here. But I liked the idea of what they were kind of trying to do with these samurai that like forego honor to just fight to live. You know, they do these underhanded tactics, these seedy tactics to get by. And looking at this, call upon 10 samurai. Their HP is 50, their AC is 60, no stats. Katanas don't have a damage type. They're all drow. That makes not a lick of sense. That doesn't make a lick of sense. Sweep of the dragon. The powers of the Samkurat are unleashed within you. What powers? What powers? A Chinese-style dragon bursts from the ground, eats you, and you become that dragon. After 7 hours in this form, the dragon lands at the nearest land and fades into you. In this form, yada yada yada, your HP is 150, your AC is 18, your flying speed is 140, 140, your ground speed is 15, and your attacks are absolutely insane. 5d6 times 6, which is just nuts. So I did what any reasonable person with experience making subclasses would do, and I scrapped all of it. Unfortunately, as this is virtually incomprehensible between its theme and the the features, I had to scrap it all. I didn't understand how to make it comprehensive with the theme because none of this adds up. This math is not mathing. Now, I decided that because I like the theme, I'm going to build off of the theme specifically. So this is going to be with the idea of samurai who follow a code of stealth. And we're going to build off of that. Moving into the archetype itself. And here I'm going to do a little voiceover work, you know, just a little bit of ages ago now. I remember my forefathers' era vividly. We were honorable, admirable, and illustrious. We brought glory to our feudal lords as fiercely loyal militant vassals. However, times change, and with them do roles become obsolete. With the passing of generations, shifting in ideologies, and the constant deviation of magic and technology, those of us in my position saw the need for a loyal warrior class replaced by cheap mercenarism. Forced to relinquish our land, our titles, our blades, our honor, we may as well have been asked to turn over our very lives. With everything on the brink of being torn away, we turned our backs on our lords and became loyal to the one thing we had left: our skill as warriors. We few followers of the new Samkurat order follow a code of stealth, precision, and fury. We are become ghosts, mere specters, swearing vengeance upon all who would erase our names from history. We Samkurat isolate ourselves upon our home island called Moijo Toji, where we would keep our skills honed sharp. Though our honor may have become tarnished, everything we do now is to further our own existence. Upkeep is impossible without goods, and when you are blacklisted from the services you once took for granted, one must turn to unseemly means to maintain oneself. Above all else, it is important not to forget one's homely activities, for they bring humility to the soul and discipline to the body. Humility and discipline one risks losing when your actions carry the weight of dishonor. It is important not to relinquish your human spirit, but to uplift it from decay. When your honor has been stolen from you, the only thing you are left with is your spirit. Take our lessons with you, and remember, there is no honor to be had in dying by the blade anymore. Thus, these are the teachings of the new Samkurat order. Starting at 3rd level, when you choose this archetype, you gain bonus proficiencies with the smith's tools, leatherworker's tools, and longswords, aka katanas. Additionally, in your hands, a longsword or a katana has the finesse property. Starting at 3rd level as well, you gain the Samkurat style technique Shrike, meaning that you understand that vital strikes are most dangerous when your enemy's attentions are split. That meaning when you use your sneak attack against a creature, you may impose a Constitution saving throw upon them against a DC of 8 plus your proficiency mod plus your dex mod. If the creature fails the DC, you may choose to make them blind, deaf, or have their speed. You may use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency modifier, and you recover expended uses after a long or short rest. I was debating on just the long rest, but I think I am going to go with the short and long rest. Additionally, starting at level 11, if the creature is not undead, ooze, or construct, you also paralyze them until the start of their next turn. I feel like 11 is probably a good time to introduce that part of the feature, because by that point, you're already having like clerics and other spellcasters. You can cast like Hold Person, monks have their Stunning Strike. Paralysis is a very strong feature, and level 11 is decent for like getting a vital point and being like, oh, okay, until the start of their next turn. So it's not even a full round that they become this vulnerable. But it's a very nice addition, I found. Just like a little bit of extra damage, a way to include extra damage. Or maybe it's a samurai increase. The Samkurat style Spectral Waltz. At level 9, you are prepared with a number of contingencies to escape most unpalatable situations. You gain the ability to make a Spectral Waltz reaction when you are hit or when you are perceived from stealth. When you are hit by an attack, you may use your reaction to substitute yourself with an object from your inventory, no larger than 2 square feet and no heavier than 10 pounds. That object then takes the attack for you, and if the damage received is greater than the hit points of the item, it is destroyed. And all objects do have hit points. It is in the DMG, or maybe it's in the player's handbook, I don't remember. I think it's in the Dungeon Master's Guide, but everything small has like less than 10 hit points, at like small to tiny objects, less than 10 hit points, so more often than not it's going to be destroyed. But if you have like a magic item in your inventory and it's, you know, resistant to things like that, that's a really good, reliable thing to use to, you know, take that hit. And I think like it's a really fun thing to have, like because everybody loves the substitution jutsu from Naruto. It's not super broken, it's a reaction, and we'll get into the amount of uses that you can use as we go down. And then the other reaction, when you are perceived out of stealth by another creature, you may use your reaction to immediately move up to half of your movement speed to a new position and roll a new stealth check, which I think is very very ninja-esque, but it's very reminiscent of like, okay, we've had to forego our honor, we have to use underhanded tactics just to survive, we've learned how to escape from sticky situations because there's not really any reason to fight and die honorably by the blade anymore. Our techniques must be used to further our existence now. So this is all very much defensive and less so towards like overwhelming offense. And you may use this feature a number of times equal to your dexterity modifier and recover expended uses after a short or long rest as well. Then at 13th level, you uncover the Samkurat style hidden potential, where you can push yourself, body, mind, and spirit beyond their terrestrial limits, for even the predatory cat fears for what a cornered mouse might be capable of. Once per day, you summon the bottomless potential contained within your adrenal gland, entering a heightened state of strength and reflex. While you are in this state, you add your dexterity twice to your attack rolls to hit, and I guess we could also do that to damage. Kind of like rock with the idea of the samurai increase a little bit more to your hit and damage with any finesse or ranged weaponry. I like that. You add your dexterity twice to your attack rolls to hit and damage with any finesse or ranged weapons. You gain a +2 to AC, and you have advantage on dexterity-based checks and saving throws. The idea for this I was going for was kind of like a more offensive kind of like rage. Definitely losing out on the bonus resistances to the damage types, but you gain that back with the bonus AC, and then instead of having advantage on the strength checks and saves, you have advantage on dexterity checks and saves, and the effect again lasts for 1 minute or until you are reduced to 0 hit points. And after the effect ends, you gain a level of exhaustion. And I know it's only once per day, but it's not meant to be like, oh hey, we can do this over and over and over again like you can with Rage. It's meant to be like, okay, I'm on the back foot. I need to Baki, tweak my ear, get the endorphins running, pump up the volume. I need to do something. I have to make a difference. This fight will be my end if I don't do something here, kind of idea. And it pairs up very well with our last Samkurat style, Final Breath. At 17th level, the final lesson of the Samkurat rings true in your mind. There is no honor to be had in dying by the blade. When you are reduced to 0 hit points and rendered unconscious, you may sacrifice your future for another chance at today. You immediately accrue 2 failed death saving throws, but return to your feet conscious with temporary hit points equal to your class level multiplied by 5. You gain an extra attack, and you may use your sneak attack twice on your turns. You may use this feature once per day. Like I said, pairs up very well with the hidden potential that I was talking about before. It's kind of very much a make or break moment. I think when designing this, we were kind of going for a cross between like, inadvertently, completely accidentally, a cross between like fighter, rogue, barbarian, like just a little bit of some of those features that you see in those classes. And we wanted to create a rogue that you could take into Mortal Kombat, that you could fight toe-to-toe with like other creatures, but it's not necessarily what they're good at anymore. This is a fighter who has given up their formal training and have kind of reduced themselves to short burst combat. This is a person who has seen much danger in their life and who has to abandon their ideals, their morals, so that they can survive the trials and tribulations that they face down with. But I think that should be it. I'll probably leave a link in the description for this subclass if you want to take a quick look at it. I mean, I showed everything here, so it's kind of like its own source material, but I would like to know, what do you think? Did I make this subclass playable, usable? Did I make it better? Did I make it worse? Did I lose the theme? Have I lost the script? Have I lost the fucking script? Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe, as well as everybody. I care about the comments. I want to see what people think about the things that I say here. But until next time, I bid you all a good night. I will catch you in the next subclass video.